Hello foodies, welcome back to the channel. So here it goes. Today we are making American style blueberry pie. I've never tried this recipe before, so this is my first time making it, and I thought it would be fun to just try it on camera and see how it turns out. And I have to say it turned out really good, so I'm really impressed with the results. I read through a lot of pie recipes to get to something that made sense for me and something that I thought would work, and I have to say I'm pretty impressed with the results, and the taste is amazing. So here goes. First off, you're going to add flour into a bowl together with some sugar, a little bit of salt, and you're going to just combine that really well. Once that's well combined, you're going to add in some butter. So I'm going to grate in some ice cold butter. I put mine in the freezer for a short while just to make sure that it's really cold. So as I said, I read through a lot of recipes of how to make pie crust, and some of them recommend using 100% butter as your fat in the pie crust recipe. Some of them recommend using a little bit of shortening, which is basically margarine. Some of them recommend different proportions. So in this case, I decided to use 50% butter and 50% margarine. And really, the function of the margarine in this recipe is to make the pie crust much flakier than it would be if you just used 100% butter. And then you're just going to get in there with your hands and work to incorporate that butter into your flour. So just keep mixing until it kind of all comes together. And halfway through, you're going to take some ice cold water and add it to your dough, and again keep working to combine everything together. Then turn the dough out onto your parchment paper or a pastry mat if you've got a pastry mat, and then just keep working on the dough to get everything well combined. The idea here is not really to knead the dough because you don't want the gluten to develop. You really just want to make sure it comes together. And it does look like it's crumbly right now, but it's going to come together, especially because we're going to refrigerate it. Then you're going to add some lemon juice, and this just helps to prevent the gluten from developing in the dough as you work on it. And just kind of use the wax paper to just press it in and combine it. And don't worry, it doesn't have to come together at this stage. And then once you're done kind of getting your dough nicely together, you're going to roll it into wrap it in some cling film, and you're going to refrigerate it for at least 1 hour. You can of course make this ahead of time and refrigerate it overnight. Then when your dough is ready, you're going to put it on a floured surface and then put some more flour on top and start rolling. So the idea is to roll and then turn it over and continue to roll until you get to the desired thickness. Your dough will break, but don't worry, just use your fingers to repair the places where your dough has some tears, and just use your rolling pin to turn it over as well. And keep rolling until you get to your desired thickness, and then roll it onto your pie dish. And don't worry, again, if it tears when you put it on your pie dish, just kind of use your fingers and some dough to kind of repair the tears, and then just push it into your pie dish gently and make sure that it fits snugly into your pie dish, and then just cut off the excess around the edges. Then it's time to prepare our blueberry mixture, our blueberry filling. So you're going to take some blueberries and add some sugar, a little bit of salt, some lemon juice, and some lemon zest. And you're also going to add some cornstarch. This will just help to thicken the blueberry filling once the blueberries start to release their juices. And then just add a bit more lemon juice if your mixture is still dry, then once you are ready with your mixture, just add it to your pie dish and just make sure everything is level. So just level out your berries and make sure that they're evenly spread out. And with the other half of your pie crust, you're going to roll it out and then cut it into thin strips, and then we are going to create our lettuce on top of the pie. You can of course choose to just kind of do a different design, but I like the lettuce effect and I wanted to just kind of challenge myself to try it out. So that's why I decided to go that route. Then when you're done, you're going to crimp the edges together, just around the border, and then just crimp with your thumb to create a beautiful border on your crust. Then to make the egg wash, we're going to combine an egg and some buttermilk, whisk that together and use it to brush on top of our pie crust. This is going to give our crust that beautiful golden color. And then you're going to just sprinkle some sugar on top of your pie crust. Then what you want to do is to create a tent for your pie using foil so that the edges of your pie do not burn before your pie is well done. Then you're going to bake it at 220 degrees for the first 20 minutes and then 180 degrees for the last 15 minutes. And voila, our pie is done. Oh my goodness, I cannot even describe to you how incredibly beautiful this pie turned out. And not only was it beautiful, but it was also delicious. I mean, the sweetness of the berries with that citrusy lemony flavor from the lemon juice and the lemon zest was just incredible. I enjoyed this with some vanilla ice cream, and oh my goodness, the flavors were just incredible. I hope that you give this recipe a try, and as usual, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Cheers.